1. The Silent Cadet. Cadet Lira Monroe arrived at Titan Academy as a whisper. Slender, soft-spoken, forever tucked into a corner during drills, she carried her books and her humility like a shield. Tacticians praised her grades, engine techs respected her precision, but no one ever saw her as a warrior. She spoke only when spoken to, answered clearly, but never raised her voice. The other cadets assumed she was a bookworm. Bright, yes, but not battlefield material. 2. The Predator Breach. It was the penultimate day of the compulsory field response evaluation, FRE, the test every cadet dreaded. The test yard, a vast open field framed by mock walls, ruined vehicles, and scaffolding towers. Cadets were staged mid-mission when an emergency alarm wailed. On the sensors, a Predator-class bioengineered combat beast, weighing in at nearly 500 kilograms, had infiltrated the perimeter. It was a hulking monstrosity. Armored hide, serrated talons, multi-range sensory coils. Designed for war, bred for kill. And, alone, it broke through containment. The yard erupted. Cadets dropped to firing positions. Instructors barked orders over whirring comms. Lira's heart thundered as she crouched behind scrap plating. Bullets and energy pulses ripped into the beast's flank, but its reinforced alloy bones shrugged them off like water on stone. Shockwaves rippled outward each time the Predator struck back. It was learning as it fought. Fear surged through the ranks. Amid the chaos, cadets abandoned positions. Some fled. Only a few stayed to hold the line. Lira felt her fingers tremble, but she didn't run. 3. The Turning Point. A high-caliber round ricocheted off the ground and sparked. It wasn't enough. The beast rotated toward the main group of cadets. One sweeping swipe could end the day in disaster. In that moment, Lira made her choice. Dashing across the broken tarmac, she reached a downed exoskeleton loader, meant for transport duties, not combat. She yanked its power harness from the console and connected it over her shoulders. The servo limbs hummed to life. Strength coursed into her arms, coursed into her spine. She felt towering. Instructors called for containment, snipers, artillery, even fire from hovering gunships. Lira knew none would stop it in time. She turned to face the yard's central clearing, adrenaline blazing. 4. Stoke the Beast. The Predator thundered forward, sensing movement. It ripped through debris, smashing a cargo crate like kindling. Lira stepped into its path, heart pounding. She raised the Exo's armored fists, palms open, no gun, just power. It charged. Metal collided with talon worse than any weapon. The ground trembled. Lira held firm, pistons groaning, sweat pouring behind her visor. Before the beast could pivot, she locked its shoulder with both arms. The Exo glowed under stress. She planted her feet, servo joints whining. With an unearthly roar and the force of 10 soldiers, she heaved it upward and backward. Time slowed as the half-ton creature soared. It smashed through scaffolding, sent mangled parts spiraling. Dust and wind roiled across the yard. Silence. 5. Aftermath. The Predator lay still, half buried in rubble. Lira's visor cracked, the Exo sputtered into shutdown. She sank to her knees, breathing hard. Cadets erupted, first in shocked silence, then in roaring applause. Instructors raced forward, comms screaming. Colonel Reyes, the FRE overseer, reached her first. He looked up, voice trembling through his comm lens. Cadet Monroe report. Her voice was quiet, but resolute. Mission accomplished. 6. The Shift. Across the academy, students stared in disbelief. The shy cadet, the one no one picked for battle teams, had just performed a feat of mythic strength. News feeds flashed across every terminal. Analysts debated her timing, her improvised Exo use, how she had overpowered something designed to be unstoppable. Lira was summoned to the command pavilion. She expected a reprimand for commandeering the Exo without clearance. Instead, she was met with stunned awe. Colonel Reyes saluted her, something he'd never done for any cadet before. You saved your squad. You saved the mission. And you saved lives. You've exceeded standard protocol. Welcome to the Vanguard program. She blinked once, and a new chapter began. 7. Echoes of Power. Within days, the tradition of quiet respect surrounded her. No longer lost in the shadows, Lira became the symbol of adaptability and courage. Instructors discussed crafting an official line of exoskeletons based on her prototype hack. Younger cadets walked past her with renewed determination, inspired to train harder. Lira accepted it all with a quiet grace, words still few, but determination unmistakable. She didn't seek the spotlight, it found her. 8. Beyond the Yard. Her name became synonymous with that day. Tactical journals recorded the Monroe throw, analyzing the physics and bravery behind the act. The Predator, now reduced to scrap, was displayed as a trophy in the Academy courtyard, alongside a plaque, to Lira Monroe, who proved that courage and a little ingenuity trumps sheer mass. She walked past it every morning on parade. The stillness of her expression concealed the fire in her heart. She remained the cadet who carried books, who spoke softly, who listened more than she spoke. But she had shattered more than a predator that day. She had shattered expectations. Epilogue, a quiet legend. On graduation day, the entire academy, faculty, families, media lined the grandstands. Lira received her commission. Her speech was short. I didn't set out to prove anything to anyone. But when faced with fear, there's no room for doubt. Strength isn't just muscle, it's heart, it's resolve, it's ingenuity. If you stay true to that, even the impossible can be moved. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. The next day, she reported to her first command assignment. The shy cadet was gone. In her place, Lieutenant Lira Monroe, warrior engineer, strategic prodigy, and inspiration to everyone who ever wondered if they could do more than people expected of them. And somewhere, deep in military archives, a note was added to her dossier, able to lift and throw a 500 kilograms Predator. Instructor testimonial. She carried the apocalypse by the scruff and set it down where it belonged.